Be very honest with you about sweet time kills us. I don't understand what is that. Maybe there is a deep thought involved in it. How sweet time kill you is something which you have to really read it and understand it. And I have not read it. I was just having a glance through few pages where I found that there is a wide coverage of topics that he has covered. He talks about scientific temper, scientific thought process, and he again quotes Newton's view on what is called scientific and why it is called scientific. I was just looking at why he has quoted Newton in a book, literature book, and found that he talks about his views of what is scientific and what is not scientific. And he also says that you can't say that something is absolutely scientific and something is absolutely unscientific. That is something in between, and it is subject to your interpretation of what is scientific, what is unscientific, which we have all experienced in our life. He is also talking about formal and non-formal and informal education in this book. So many of us do not have very clear-cut understanding of what is formal, what is non-formal, and what is informal education. He talks about social conflict, talks about religious conflict, talks about political conflict, and ultimately comes to the conclusion that by and large every conflict in this world is a political conflict or has a political overtone. Ultimately it leads to a religious conflict leads to a political conflict, a social conflict ultimately leads to a political conflict. So he talks about conflict also in this small volume. So I was, being a student of politics and conflict, so I was interested to know how he has interpreted conflict in his book. Today I was thinking of a term called perception. What is perception and what is reality? And when I was before coming to this meeting, when I opened the book, I found he has also dealt with perception and reality in this book. So I was little bit surprised that today in the morning I was thinking of what is perception, what is our visualization, what do we think, what ought to be, what it is, what should be, and I could see something of that sort in this book. So basically he has just penned down all his wide range of thoughts which comes to his mind, and that is the reason why in the foreword Professor Pramod has used two very nice words and which has been repeated time and again by everybody, including the presenter here, that is creativity and imagination. So no doubt that Mr. Majumdar is creative, and all the imaginations that he could master are penned down in the form of books, which is a very, very unique thing. Because had it not been a book of this kind, a professor of Delhi University would not have been sitting here to introduce the book to all of us. Madam Majumdar should not have been here. Yes. Professors of the university, our own colleagues from EMPC would not have been here. So this is the only thing which has brought all of us together on a single platform just to recognize, appreciate and encourage Mr. Majumdar for his creativity and for his imagination. So I once again congratulate Mr. Majumdar for his creativity and imagination, and like others also, I do hope and pray that he will continue with this habit and contribute to the creation of knowledge in our society. Thank you very much.